Hello everybody. Today in 1996 Mary Leakey died. Mary with her husband Louis spent most of their lives living in East Africa researching into the origins of the human species. She went out one morning when her husband was unwell in 1959 and found the fragments of a skull. At least that's how they were ultimately identified. And later on, much later on in the 70s, she discovered footprints of a human being in volcanic ash which had been preserved. But what amazed me as I read about this was how old those footprints and that piece of skull were. 3.75 million years. And it made me realize what an extraordinary length of time we human beings, in one form or another, have been around. I think from the point of view of the person who created this you and me, this human species, what enormous patience God must have been showing, so to speak, in allowing evolution to take its slow pace, evolving from those very primitive hominins to the human beings that we are now. And I suppose the big difference now is that we are very much in control of our own environment. We have discovered enough to be able to be responsible for our own future, whereas for millions and millions of years our forebears were simply at the mercy of their environment and reacting to it, using it as best they could to make a living and to survive, but not able to control things in the same way that we are now. And so it seems to me that in our generation it is so important that we learn to use the environment, to care for each other properly, now that it is down to us, so to speak, given that ability by God. And it makes me realise as we come near to Christmas how important Jesus is in all this as an example of how human beings should relate, what perhaps we might say the fulfilment of how the human beings might develop would look like. And so today I want to celebrate humanity, celebrate Jesus as the prime example of it, and celebrate how long we've taken to get to this point, and what a marvellous process of evolution that has been.